Alright, I'm gonna try to be modeling a leaf today. So yeah, let's get started. So, start off making some surfaces. $150, and join, fill it, go 20, alright, and maybe I want the center line here, and now let's try to draw the leaf shape. So I think we can just do arcs. Like this. Mirror that. And then pull. And that will bring the curves to the surface. As you can see, when I drew them originally, they're not tangent to the surfaces, so that's what the pull command does. And then, hey, I don't want such a sharp corner here, and I can just fillet that. Maybe 0.5, 0.25, and I'll go 0.5 at the bottom. Great. And I think I'm going to reconstruct this surface so there's not these seams going through. So I'm just going to duplicate these, join them, and then you can do loft. Alright. Now, I want the leaf to be kind of folded towards the middle, so I'm going to extract an iso curve here. And I'm going to hit F10 to turn on the points. And then we can just move these lines back a little bit. Maybe 1. Okay. I see. So I'm going to copy that over, and then I can do arc tangent from point. So I'm going to go from the middle point to this edge here. I can just mirror it. Okay, just making sure it's going all the way to the edge. Don't need that. And it looks like there's a hard point here. You can check that using emap. So yeah, there's a I don't want this hard edge here. So let's turn on the points again. Arc tangent. And just trim that. Join. Okay. And then looks like down here we need to do a similar thing. So maybe my leaf is gonna go like that. Okay. So now we have it in curves. We need to use probably either network surface or patch. That will give us surface through all these curves. So I think I'm gonna just use patch for this. Oh, I see. Join. Alright. So there's our leaf surface. I'm gonna copy it again, just in case we need to go back. And then to add thickness, I can do offset surf, and 1 looks good. And that works pretty well. Alright. Alright, now let's work on the stem. So I just want a line that's going to run tangentially along the back here. So just gonna intersect to get that line, and maybe I don't want it to go all the way up, so maybe we'll stop there. Just delete that, and then get this middle point here. I can just draw a line straight down. And to connect these, we can just do another arc tangent. Join, and then we can just pipe it. So let's go 0.25, 0.5. Great. Right, and then I just want to make a sphere for the top here. So let's get the middle here. Split. Split that, and then don't need that anymore. Okay. Join that. And then we can split this. Join. Okay, so now we have our basic leaf shape. And we can work on making this transition down here a bit smoother, and just putting some finishing fillets, just to make it look a bit nicer. So what I'm thinking is we can make like a triangle piece down here to make it a bit smoother, a transition, and then basically just fill it around where the stem is. So let's try that. So I'm gonna copy. Alright, and I have to be careful with this. Put a seam here, which is not exactly the middle, so I need to make sure to use this line that I drew. think I actually want to use the back surface. Maybe we'll go there. Join that, and then don't need this bottom part. Then we can network surface this. And actually, I think I want to use the surface edges instead. So when you use the surface edge for network surface, you can use the setting that's tangent. Let's go tangency for D and B. Nice. Right. And then it's just a matter of cleaning up all these open surfaces back here. So we have this surface, and we just need to resplit it. Trim that, and don't need that. Can split it, and then can join. Okay, so there are some open surfaces at the bottom. Oh, it's from the stem. Right, so there are some very small openings, and I think, like, strictly speaking, doesn't need to be closed completely. If you wanted to 3D print it, you could convert to mesh, and then it's much easier to close it that way once it's in a mesh. And I think for our purposes we don't need to, but let's try. Okay. So these small seams don't really matter. And let's copy. Then we can fill it. Let's try 0.25. Yeah, it just breaks. Okay. Maybe 0.2. Alright, so this one, the right side worked. So what we can do is just copy it over. Join, do border. Okay. Join. And fill it here. And let's stop it there. Alright, and this also didn't work, so we'll have to manually trim it. To be careful when you're selecting, because it sometimes creates overlaps here. Join. And then just one more trim for this one. Alright. And maybe one more down here. Alright, and that's how I model a leaf.